Hello. In good time zone. What is up, gamers? Hi, everyone. Apologies in advance for the fact that the camera might need some adjusting because I forgot to do it before we started. Because I am a professional. And I really need to have a written checklist of these things because apparently I just, my memory is poor. So can I just, do we want to maybe pull out slightly so you can see a little bit more of the staging area, as it were? Because I can do that. Oh no, there's my tummy. There we go. Is that better, or has that made basically no difference? I feel like that's probably made basically no difference, but never mind. I still have my decorative gourds here because it's still decorative gourd season, damn it. Even if Halloween is over, we can still have fun. Hi. Hope everyone's having a lovely Monday. I hope you had a good weekend. Yes, I do still have the Halloween starting soon music on. I will change it like next week, but listen. Just let me have this little ounce of whimsy, okay? Anyways. Speaking of whimsy, here are our little creatures. As you can see, my moderator/spouse has very kindly secured them to bases, so they're a little bit easier to hold, but has also provided just a couple of corks glued together and with some blue tack adhered to the top, so I can just use that as like a handle, so I don't have to be like when I'm trying to paint it, which is fantastic. Also, this is still a children's Pokemon figurine painting kit that came with a magazine that costs £7. So, try as I might, these may not be good. Anyways, hello everybody. How are y'all doing? It's lovely to see you and welcome on in. Q2s, thank you very much for the hydrate. I'm gonna sip, like, the last dregs of this coffee, if I may. I mean, this is a really, really nice coffee. It's a natural processed coffee, fairly lightly roasted, very sort of medium, I would say, from Uganda, I believe. Tasting notes of strawberry and cream. It's really good. One of my favorites, one of my local coffee roasteries, they do this one like annually, and every time it comes up, I'm like, oh yeah, hell yeah. Anyways, hello Q2s, how are you doing? It's lovely to see you. Your ears are cute too, and thank you. My ears are very small. Like, genuinely, I have small ears for I think my ears are, I think your ears keep growing as you get older, I believe, is the wisdom I have received. So they're probably not as tiny as they used to be, but hold up, how do you know my ears? Well, how do you know how my ears look? Oh yeah, I'm right there. Anyways, I'm just extrapolating based on your general sense of vibes. Anyways, hello. I'm gonna take a sip of my mint tea as well. So tepid, I made it like an hour ago. I've seen your face. What, where? Akid. My head is strange today. I mean, my head is always strange, but my head is extra strange today. I have a slightly, unusual schedule this week. On the news. Oh, God.
Attention.
Anyways,
Twitch user Sammy Kelsch.
Choppers.
Hello. Hi, Namigo. Hello. Welcome in. Hello, Raiders. Hi. Welcome. Oh, boy. You're here just in time for whatever the hell this is. Hello, snails. It's so good to see you. Welcome in. And hello to all the lovely friends in chat. Snowflake, Ari. Hello. Welcome in. Sunny Solstice. Hello. Dragonia. And Soft Quack. And I'm Meagle, welcome in. No Socks, hello. Gokone Vulpus, hello. Nyx, hello. Impish Goblin, welcome in, hello. Welcome, everybody. It's lovely to see y'all. And welcome, and thank you for the follow as well. Let me get a shout out for you, chat. What were you up to today? And Soft Square, thank you for the follow as well. Let me get a shout out if I can. And hello, everyone. We're doing something a little unusual today. This isn't my normal content. But my moderator/spouse bought me this, Pokemon, this, like, children's Pokemon magazine, the Halloween edition, and it came with this, like, paint your own Pokemon set. So that's what I'm attempting to do. The paints are terrible. And And honestly, I think the worst thing about these paints is how difficult they are to get open. As you can see, I don't really know a lot about Pokemon, so I'm just futzing around with colorways and doing whatever I want with that. But for anyone who's never been here before, I am a variety streamer. I do cozy art streams on Mondays and most Thursdays. I do cozy game streams on Friday mornings and every once in a while on a Thursday if I'm feeling extra crispy. And this week I am trying to finish painting these silly little Pokemon figurines. These ones, I've decided to just fully go off book. I'm doing different colors, but I'm also using like actual mini paints in the hopes that I can make them look less like boo-boo garbage. This one I'm using the paints that it came with, and I don't know if you can see how like chalky and uneven and not very good Mimikyu's paint job is. I'm also using, for this one, the paintbrush that came with the set, and now I can't find... Okay, it's in here someplace. Oh, yeah, it's very short. Impish Goblin, thank you so much for the follow. It's very bad. So that's that. Bumbling Archivist, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. I was left behind as the raid didn't count me in. Oh, I'm so sorry, but I'm so happy that you're here. Einmagel says, oh my god, your PNG tuber is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Oh, thank you so much. I painted it myself. This is what some of my art normally looks like. Just so you know, we are an art tax optional stream, so if there's anything, Einmagel, if there's anything that you wanted to share with us, you're free to whisper a link in my direction, whether it's what you were working on today or like a link to one of your socials or whatever. I'd be more than happy to share it with the class. But if you just want to like chill and enjoy the vibes or go decompress and do your post-stream activities, whatever they may be, that is also entirely fine. It's up to you. Anyways, hello, Turnip, welcome in. Lurking past the stream today since Turnip, but had to drop by. It's lovely to see you. Welcome on in. Anywho. I have no art hacks as of today, but I'll definitely be tuning in again soon. Got a raid and run, grab some food, but I love your energy and work. Thank you so much, and thank you again for the raid and entrusting me with your lovely community. I shall get another shout out for you in the chat. If you are not following Einmagel, go do that. You can go do that right there. Anyways, as for me, in case you're wondering what my art looks like when it's not these little painted abominations, I don't do miniature painting very often either, so that's also not quite new for me, but unusual for me. And I'm not sure I'm good at it yet, because I've only done 2 in the past, but I'm trying my very best. But if I can get Instagram to flip's sake, Instagram, why do you do this to me every time? There we go. I got Instagram to load. This is the last thing that I posted to my socials. It was for baby's first... Okay, so I'm like in my 40s, and for the very first time, I contributed something to a Star Trek fanzine. Can you believe to learn? It was Halloween themed, and this is what I did. And unironically, this is quite possibly my favorite thing that I've done in a really long time. I hope you like them. Anyways, if you don't know that, this is Quark and Odo from Deep Space Nine, except they're Ernie and Bert, and they're best friends, and that's why they're holding hands. And I don't know, maybe they like to kiss too. That's none of my beeswax. This is a piece I did for Halloween. And it's worth noting, mostly because the ink that I used to paint this is werewolf blood. Ethically sourced. Anyways, that's that. That's enough of that. That's enough of my nonsense. But yeah, that's what my art looks like. But yeah, hello, welcome in, friends. How are your weekends? How are you all doing? I hope you are doing well. I'm trying to figure out what I want to work on next with these bad boys. The answer is resounding, I don't know. Nick, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. Bumbling Archivist says, interesting. You can't see, but I am indeed thoughtfully stroking my chin. Anywho, I need to figure... So, okay. Here's the plan that I have with these 4 little creatures. So, Mimikyu here, I've just been doing in, like, sort of a Halloween color scheme, because I thought that would be really, really fun. This is actually like a very straight ahead like purple color in real life, but for some reason my camera renders it out as a much bluer sort of like indigo-y violet, which is weird because this color it renders perfectly. I'm doing Pikachu as a kind of, oh good, I got some blue paint where I didn't want it. I love that for me. I'm doing Pikachu as sort of like a celestial Pikachu, so I'm hoping to get some like celestial theming in here, stars, moons, that kind of thing. Maybe get some like little stars and moons and planets and stuff on his little tummy. I think that would be really cute, and do sort of like a blue and like silvery kind of color scheme. Gengar here is our pumpkin spice girly. So I'm hoping to get some like nice sort of browns and oranges and stuff in there. And then I thought of just doing I can't remember what this guy's name is. Morpeko? Is it Morpeko? I think it's Morpeko. As a little like forest creature. So I'm doing him in sort of like foresty, sort of green tones. Not quite sure how I feel about it at the moment, but I'm going to move these paints to one side because I think I want to maybe look at maybe getting some detail onto Gengar's face. That might not be a terrible idea. So I'm going to pop Mimikyu up here. Pop these guys up here. And I love this handle that my moderator/spouse made for me, which is just made out of some corks with blue tack on the top. Makes it so much easier, because last time, these weren't attached to bases at all. Like, we provided these bases ourselves. The kit did not come with them, obviously. And I was just having to kind of like hold the figurines in a bit that I was hoping the paint was dry on. It was very chaotic and not good. So I've just noticed that we need some color for Gengar's feet, because I was going to give him like slightly contrasty hued feet. And I'm going to be honest, I don't remember what the name of the brown that I used to paint in his body was. But I think I want to do like a kind of like a lighter brown kind of situation for it. I think would be good potentially. So I'm just going through my moderator/spouse's very not exceptionally organized, but probably he has a system that I don't understand, selection of paints, and something that would be an appropriate thickness. Ooh, that could be useful. Okay, I'm gonna hang on to that. That's neat. Sorry, I'm just like looking through what's on these shelves now. What? Ooh, that's a good pumpkin-y color. Okay, I'm gonna hold on to that. And this one too. Some nice pumpkin-y oranges here, I think. That would be really cool. Do I want to do like a pumpkin-y orange, or maybe just a slightly different? Let's start with a slightly different shade of brown, and then I'll work my way towards that, I think. So I'm just, if you can hear a weird sound, that's just the little motorized paint shaker that we have. Anywho, oh shoot. Oh, heck. Oh, beans. Come on. Oh, okay. the absolute scariness of trying to get one of these things open. And because I want to make this one look nice, maybe, kind of. I am using a different, I'm using a different paintbrush as well. Okay. Okay, so this is definitely like a warmer shade of brown, so that's neat. Anyways, I'm trying to think if I have anything interesting to report on from this weekend, and I think the only thing that I did of note was that I made marmalade brownies, and can confirm they were delish. Gazillion out of 10 do recommend. Okay, this is terrifying, because again, I don't really know whence I'm doing. Ooh, that is a much, like, rustier brown. Cool. Okay. And now I have to try to not get the brown paint onto the base, if I can. Though I guess we can always cover the base with, like, textures and make it look like they're in a little landscape once it's done. If I want to. And I probably will. Oh no. Oh no. Oh man, this is hard. Getting into all of these little nooks and crannies is not something that I normally have to do when I'm painting onto a flat piece of paper, so it's a real learning curve. If you've never done it. I don't know if any of y'all have painted figurinios such as these before, but it is a very different set of challenges to, like, just painting paper. Anyways. Yes, anywho. I'm gonna take a sip of, I have 2 cups of tea today, so I'm gonna take a sip of my chamomile tea. Because I can. Anyways, the last stream that I did was on Halloween, and, I was in costume, but I was also playing Silk Song whilst, not having a webcam on, as I never do, and, so I had to post some selfies. But, for anybody who's new here, I had a back injury, like, a little over a week ago, so I haven't really been going out much. Though it does seem to be getting better, which is really good. Because I have, oh, biddle boy, I have a lot of things to do tomorrow. I have a lot of appointments. So it'd be nice if I can just go out and survive them. That would be super cool. I'd love that for me. What was I gonna say? Come on, brain. Oh yeah, so I couldn't really go out to, like, a, sort of an interesting, like, appropriate location to try and take some costume photos of my stupid little Halloween outfit. So I hastily photoshopped myself into some aesthetic photographs, and it looks so silly. It is one of the silliest things that I've done recently, and I do a lot of silly activities, so, it's probably saying something. Okay, so Gengar has little boots now. I kind of love it. I kind of want to do, because the coloring on this Gengar is feeling very, very one note at the moment, so I'm wondering if I can just kind of get a little bit of a gradient going onto, like, towards the end of these horns. It might end up looking a little bit jank, but I mean, these figurines, you can see, like, the seam lines where the 2, like, halves of these figurines were, like, placed together is really obvious. So, I'm not making any less jank the way I see it. And so to that end, if I want to just put a little bit of, it's almost like, because this is just, it's not really a darker shade of brown, but it is like a pinker shade of brown, if that makes sense. So it goes to about here, I think. Okay. It's not a darker shade of brown per se, but it is like a pinker shade of brown, so I'm wondering if I can just do kind of like a blushy gradient towards the edge of these horns. I think that could be really, really stinking cute. Like, do sort of like a peachier orange towards the tip, and just have it be a little transparent. I think that could be really cute. I don't know if pumpkin spice Gengar is anything, but I'm gonna make it a thing. Cause why not? I'm gonna clean off this poor brush has been through it over the course of this paint job as well. I feel kind of bad for it, because this is a well-loved paintbrush that has been through many paintings with me, and here I am just abusing it by painting terrible Pokemon figurines. Oh yeah, and we also do still have decorative gourds here because it's still the autumn. I don't care that we're getting ads for, like, we're getting the Christmas ads now because Halloween is past and I'm not feeling it. Like, no, it's still autumn. It's still autumn. I don't care how many millions you paid for your Christmas adverts, like Sainsbury's and what have you. Just just give me some time. There's a whole November between, you know, like Halloween and Christmas. Can we not avail ourselves of an opportunity to rest a bit? Apparently no, which makes me sad. But here we are. I think that's real stinking cute. I think that just the little horn tips I think is real stinking cute. I do also want to, I'm gonna need to paint in the eyes and like teeths. I do have this white, which is a really good like titanium white, but I wonder, maybe if I do this as like the base for like the eye whites, because, you know, I don't want it to be too, I don't know, how much do I want the whites of Gengar's eyes to stand out? Also, do the eyes want to be white, or should I make it like orange? Ooh, should I make it like orange? Would that be pumpkin spice? Would that be pumpkin spice of me? Maybe it would. Okay, maybe I'll use this fire dragon for like the whites of Gengar's eyes. Why not? We're being silly and having a good time. And I see no reason why to not do that. So, just gonna get a little bit of it. And it's quite, oh, it's a nice sort of like craft dinner orange. If that's a cultural touch point for anyone as a descriptor of like an orange hue. Oh, I thinned that out way too much. Oh, beans. Okay, that's definitely gonna need another thin coat. I mean, you want your coats to be thin, but still, that's super watery. I mean, it gives it kind of a cool look, but I think I'll probably want to apply a little bit more on top of that. Because it's very much finding its way into the little sort of like crevices of the eye shape, which is fine. But I'm gonna be real, I don't think I did a super great job on like the original sort of like coat of paint on these. But never mind. I mean, again, these figurines aren't very good. Oh, that's super cute. I like that. I think that's delightful. Hell yeah. Okay, cool. Anyways, my right arm is very painful for some reason. Thankfully it's not my doing things arm, but yeah, it's suddenly really sore. Oh no. Oh no. Hopefully I'll be able to finish the stream, but we'll see. Okay, so that needs to dry down now a bit, and just gonna dab that orange off. Thus. Okay. And maybe look at this guy. Needs some stuff. I didn't really have a really strong idea of what I wanted to do with this guy when I started painting them. So just kind of gone for it, and I still don't really have a super strong idea. I just wanted sort of like a woodlandy vibe. But they've got this like stripe going from the top of their head and sort of like zigzagging down. And I think I could do maybe like a somewhat contrasting color onto that, like maybe a darker green. Not too much darker, but like, Okay, well this is a contrast paint, which I think is like, this is like a lighter weight paint. But it could give it kind of a neat effect. I just want them to feel sort of like verdant and leafy, you know, that kind of thing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. We'll try it. Ultimately, like this entire kit, including the magazine, including 2 small, like, mini, Pokemon trading card packs, was like £6. So none of this is really worth very much. Wow, this is a very bright green in comparison. I'm not sure I love the way that it hits with the original green, but I might end up throwing, I'll probably gonna end up throwing some shading on top of the whole thing, which might end up kind of blending it together a little bit more anyways. So that's no bad thing. If I kind of start with this and then we try and figure out from there, why not? This little, I mean, this little guy is real. Like, look at their little face. They're so grumpy. They are so grumpy. And honestly, relatable. It's been a day. So the other thing that happened to me today was that I got some these little perfume samples that I had ordered arrived in the post. But they were in these little, very adorable, like super tiny little glass vials. But unfortunately, at least one of them leaked in transit. So it's like about a third full now. And every single one of them, when I opened it, it's just like, I just ended up getting perfume all over like my fingers. And so on various parts of my arms, I now have like 3 different perfumes. Because instead of giving like a little spray, it's literally just a little vial with like a screw-on lid, which not super a fan of. I have to say, I don't think that's the best way to convey teeny tiny samples of perfume. I really do not. In as much as soon as I opened it, it dribbled everywhere and it got all over my hands. So I ended up having to sample all 3 of them in one go, which I don't think is ideal. And one of them is quite strong, and I also don't think it's for me. So, yay. I'm stuck with it. Fun. So yeah, that was around lunchtime. One of them I thought smelled quite nice. But I don't know if it's just because I didn't put on, like, normally I'd be like 2 spritzes. This is what 2 spritzes smells like. Is it, is it too strong? Is it not strong enough? Yada, yada, yada. But this was just like, this is what spilled out of the container when I opened it. Oh no. Speaking of spilling out of the container, the paints that this Pokemon set came with, are impossible to open. And maybe when I finished with this more Pecco for now, I'll show you what I mean, because it's a real humdinger of a situation, if I do say so myself. Okay, how am I supposed to... Okay, I love having the base for this little guy, but it makes it real hard to get a nice even coat of paint on the undercarriage. I do like the way it looks with, like, additional color. I think it's pulling it together, but now it also feels like the original green that I used is too brown. So I might have to look at layering some kind of additional greenness on top of it. But like a different shade of green to this one that I'm using right now. I don't know what. But we'll figure it out when we get there. Aw, cheese pizza. Oh man, I have no idea if I'm getting enough paint on the undercarriage, but I guess if it's on this base, like, you're never gonna see it, so, like, whatever. Anyways. But yeah. So that's how my day's been. I just smell like 3 different perfumes variously, and it's kind of overload, and I'm kind of not loving that. I don't know why they don't just use teeny tiny spritzy bottles, because it's way easier to sample things if you can just use teeny tiny spritzy bottles, because then you can just, spritz it on and see if the smell is a good smell on you. Whereas just like a loose opened bottle of liquid that gets everywhere doesn't work so well, I think. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Like, ideally, it wouldn't spill everywhere when I attempted to open it and get all over my hands, so I could just dab it onto my wrist. But no. It had to be real messy. Anyways, never mind. Alrighty. Okay, we have a contrast. I feel like Morpeko is looking a little bit more like alive and less shitty. So I'm happy with that. He's like an angry little cactus right now. Maybe that's his vibe. Maybe he's just a little a grumpy little succulent. I don't know. Thought that color was fun though. Ooh, what the heck is this color? Plague Bearer Flesh. That sounds like fun. I love the names of the colors for these things because, full disclosure, again, I don't really know anything about, like, Warhammer lore. So I don't know, like, what the lore behind most of the color names are. Like, I can guess Fire Dragon Bright is, okay, yeah, there's a dragon situation there. Or maybe not. Maybe a fire dragon is like the name of, I don't know, some kind of like a group of people in mech suits. I just don't know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to any Warhammer enjoyers in the chat. I wish I was better at it. You'd be better off asking my moderator slash spouse, who's to know significantly more about such things than I do. Okay. I need to decide what I want to do with this little guy. First of all, I think the bits, like some of the contrasting-y bits, I should maybe go over in white, because, yeah. But then also, beans, I'm gonna have to, like, freehand some of this, which is terrifying. Come on. Apparently this white paint is very good. It also does not want to release. There we go. Okay, we have a little drippy drop of titanium white, which was recommended to me by my person as a good cover things with white. Ooh, that is a brighter white than the actual, like, well, I was gonna say the actual figurine, but no, because I did prime these ones. All of the ones except for Mimikyu, I did put primer on. On account of, I did not trust that the paint would sit nice and cleanly on the plastic if it was not, you know, primered. Because this plastic is cheap and nasty. And I was right. So good job me. Okie dokie. That's one little ear tip. Which again, I think I'm gonna do in sort of like a silvery color. And I'll have to save the shiny bits for last, because otherwise I'll muck up my paint water with shininess, and I would rather not do that. So, whoop. I'm gonna try and be fairly careful with this, because despite the fact that these are cheap, I do want them to look cute if I can. This is just a stupid little challenge that I wanted to do for Halloween, and then it ended up taking longer than that. And here we still are. Oh well, never mind. Anyways, okay. I'm gonna thin this down a little bit so I can try and do like a nice thin coat across the whole tail, because there is a little bit that got painted over on the tail. Because I'm not that good at this. I'll do a second coat on it, obviously. For completion's sake. But obviously also trying to be very careful, not painting at the bits that I want to stay blue with our titanium white. This is so hard. This is so hard, and this isn't even like a small or intricate figurine. It's just kind of crappy. Okay. Oh no, I've just seen how much blue there needs to be covered up on the, like, underside of this thing. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Okay, well let me try and get the, like, edge bits first, I guess. It's actually surprisingly hard to paint in because of the, like, weird mold lines and seams and stuff, but If that bit's not perfect, it's fine. As long as like the bits that were erroneously got blue paint on them get covered up, I figure that's probably the most that we can ask for. Oh shoot, my paintbrush just hit the mic. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay. Any hoosens. Alright. Sweet. Okay. What was the other thing that I wanted to... Oh, yeah. So last month was, like, the month of all of the various, like, Tober... I'm just calling them Tobers, like, generically. But, you know, like, the October-based art... Did I not prime the tail? Because this paint is, like, not sitting nicely. Paint is not playing well with this tail at all. Oh no, did I forget to prime this bit? I might have done. Jeez. Anyways, I'm still feeling some kind of way about the fact that, yeah, that didn't work. Okay, just gonna try and mop some of that up, and maybe, oh, did I only use primer on the outside? I might have done. Shoot. Where's the primer? Hold up. Nope, not you. That's gray primer. Ah, flip. Oh, here it is. Okay. Primer! Yay! My favorite. Anyways, okay, maybe I should shake you up. Let's just apply a primer to this. Just, shh. Let's just pretend I already did that. La-di-da. Anyways. This is the first time since I think like 2016 or 2017, somewhere a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, since, this is the first year in like 8 or 9 years, I would guess, that I haven't completed a 31-day art doodad in October. And that felt really weird. Like, it felt really weird not doing that. It felt very normal just doing sort of like my normal complement of artworks and, like that kind of thing from that perspective. But seeing everyone else's like Tober contributions and that kind of thing, and knowing that like I was not doing that, it did feel weird. It felt really odd and not awesome, I guess. But you know, I wasn't doing it for various reasons. It was also quite bittersweet for me because this was the last year that Stream Inc. was running, which is one of the, you know, sort of Tober art challenges, where all of the prompts are provided by members of the Artstream community here on Twitch. And it's always been such a fun and wonderful experience for me to participate in that. I've met so many amazing people doing it, had a really lovely time, and every year since I've started doing it, I've also completed it. Except this year, which was the last one, and that made me feel really sad. But you know, also sometimes, like, so it goes, I guess. And so it went this year. Heck. But, yeah. Ho-hum and all that jazz, I suppose. But, it was a combination of factors, really. Like, I had a lot of, oh no, how did I accidentally get paint on Mimikyu? Oh, well, that's not insurmountable. This thing is terrible. And, I don't think it's gonna get that much better. But never mind. Can I just, what if, I don't know how water soluble the paint that's on here is. Ah, it's pretty solid. Alright, it gets dark when it gets wet. This paint is terrible. It's like you can see it's chipped. It chipped at the back here. You too. Thank you very much for the hydrate. I'm going to take a sip of my chamomile tea because I could use some stress relief. Mmm. Delish. Thank you. Okay, I think the most important things that I want to add to this, I hope this doesn't just make a weird stain on Mimikyu's neck. But I don't think it will. This paint dries to a very chalky consistency, so I think it just re-wets strangely well. Oh boy. Okay. Anywho. Also, I feel like I'm noticing bits sort of around the edges at the bottom where it's kind of worn off. I haven't done anything with this. Why is it doing that? It's just it's not awesome. It's not optimal. Delightful. Anyways, what I think I will do is I want to do some cute little eyes up here for Mimikyu. I want to see if I can do that with my terrible brush. So I'm going to try and use the black to put some little dots in it, if dots is the word I'm looking for. I'm going to shake the paint up for whatever that's worth, which is probably nothing, but it's giving my arm a workout, and I guess that's good. Ah! Okay, that's enough of that. Ow. And now you get to see me attempt to open one of these paint pots. Oh my god. Like this, okay, again, to reiterate, this set is nominally for a child. And I am having a horrible time just getting these paint pots open. Like, it is so difficult. I hurt my thumbnail last time trying to get these things open. And I'm trying to not do that this time, but oh my god. It just does not want to open. Should I maybe, do I have something I can kind of just, shimmy under it? I wonder. I have. If I just use this, file and try and just, lodge it under the lid and just kind of. See, the thing is, these pots are also very full of very wet paint, so I very much do not want to, have it, I don't want it to, because I'm having to apply quite a bit of force. I don't want it to, open and then, paint sprays everywhere, you know what I mean? So I'm having to be very, very careful opening it. Oh, okay, I think we're making some progress. Oh my god, how? My poor thumbnail. Oh my god. Okay. Oh. Because, yeah, this paint is, reasonably liquid. Reasonably liquid. Okay. So, I have only this paintbrush, which is quite, wide and flat. And I'm going to try and paint in a very small area here. Which, scares me quite a bit. So I'm just putting a little bit of paint right on the very sort of corner of the brush, and I'm hoping that that might help give me a little bit of control, but I don't know. I don't know how this is going to turn out. It's not going to be a very clean shape in any case. I don't think. Oh. I was right. It's not a very clean shape. Will it be cute? Cute is a very subjective term, I think, is my answer to that. There we go. Okay, that's one. It's a little bit too... I can see the yellow poking out from underneath it, so I'm definitely going to need to do a second coating on that. But let's try and do one on the other side. Well, they're not symmetrical, but they're sisters, not twins. That's fine. Hey, Captain Burgers, how's it going? It's lovely to see you. Welcome on in. Hello, hello. Making some progress on Mimikyu. For whatever that's worth. Okay. Normally I'd let the first coat dry for a lot longer, but this paint is, how shall I say, really shitty. So I honestly don't think it's going to make that much difference. When I tried to apply the second coat of the purple paint, oh man, it was so nasty. It was so nasty. I think that's really cute. I think that's actually pretty cute. The whole thing is just horrible, but I think that is pretty cute. Ugh! And can I get this to reclose? No. No, I cannot. Oh my god. Oh my god, now it won't I couldn't get it to open and now I can't get it to shut! No! Oh my goodness! What the heck? Okay. Mimikyu, get out of the way. I'm just gonna have to ah! I'm trying to slam down on it with the meaty part of my palm because I do not want this to stay open because I'm afraid it's going to get paint everywhere. If I don't, it won't close now. Oh my god, what the hell? What is wrong with these? Why are they so bad? Okay, I'm standing up and putting my full body weight on it now. Okay, let's go. Ah! How is this for children? How is this for... That color is never being opened again. That is for damn sure. Because that's broken. That's so broken. Oh my goodness. Okay. I did want to attempt to apply some shading to this little guy as well, but I honestly don't know how that's gonna work. I genuinely have no idea if shading is gonna work on this guy. If I do a little bit of maybe this dark gray, but water it down quite a bit so it works as a shade. I don't know if that's gonna work, but that's kind of the best idea I've got. I really look forward to never having to open these awful paint pots again because oh my god. No. Why is this so difficult? Oh my goodness. Ow. I mean, to be fair to this set, I don't know where they've gone. Oh, here they are. It actually came with a set of stickers for you to use as the character's eyes, but I thought that was boring. It's why would I do that when I can just actually paint them myself? I'm a painter. This is what I do. So, why would I want that? No thank you. I'll just... Oh, this one opened a lot more easily than the others. Wow. I barely had to wodge my, thumbnail under that. Will it close? There's the question. Gah! Actually, not that bad. Not that bad. I don't know why the other ones have been so impossible in comparison, but that was actually not that bad at all. Okay. So I'm watering this right down because I want to use it less as a color in and of itself and more just a bit of shading. So I'm going to apply it sort of toward the back and see. Oh man, I think this is just going to be real streaky. I think it's going to be real streaky. But you want it to be really nice and watery so that it sort of gets into the shapes and crevices and gives you a bit of shading-y detail, but oh good, it's gonna give me shading-y detail on the copyright 2025 the Pokemon Company section. Great, fantastic. Just gonna literally just go over the whole thing, except maybe the face details with this shade in the hopes that we might give it a little bit of dimension. I don't think this is gonna work, but hopefully it'll do something. I don't know. I think in some places it looks like it's lifting some of the paint that's already there, so I love that for me. But with these sorts of shade colors, you kind of just want to slap it on as best as possible, which is really hard when I'm running out of places to hold the to hold it with. I just kind of go by like the tips of the horns and then do like the body portion, and then I'll come down and hold on to the body when that's done, I guess. Okay, sorry, I was like fully falling off camera there. Apologies for that. But it's also getting to a point where it's like hard for me to see what it is I'm doing here exactly. Okay, I'm just going over everything. Oh well, whatever. It's fine. Maybe everything but the eyes might not be the worst plan, I think. Okay. Because it is kind of just getting everywhere. Yay, and it's definitely lifting off some of the paint that was already there. Wow, this paint is amazing. This paint was not intended for this purpose at all. So, can I really fault it for not living up to the standards that it wasn't made for? Maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, right now it's making Mimikyu look really like kind of impressive and cool, but unfortunately I know that this paint dries down to like a really nasty chalky consistency when it's dry, so it's just gonna end up looking kind of dirty, but hopefully in like a cool way. I'm really hopeful it will end up looking kind of cool. We shall see, I suppose. We are about to go into a BRB. Sorry, I hit the hit the mic stand again. We are about to go into a BRB. So thereupon I shall take a little momentary break and then be back, and we can continue on working on our little creatures. We'll be doing something different on Thursday's stream. Cause yeah, but trying my best with these pokies and hoping that I end up making them look cute. You're not gonna miss anything. We're going to the BRB screen. I'm sorry there's ads. I can't help it. But I will see you very, very shortly. BRB, everyone. Heck, hi everyone. Welcome back. Hello, hello. It's lovely to see you. Welcome on in. If only our kitchen was that neat and aesthetic, says Sledge. Hello, darling. Lovely to see you. Hello, hello. Hello, BRB screen, says Styles. Hello. It's nice to be back, and welcome back. Hello. I'm once again sipping my tea, and oh my goodness gracious, it is cold in here now. Holy heck. I've been thinking about what to do. Well, first of all, I need to apply a second coat of this brown color to, has this paint dried? Ah, shoot. I think this paint's dried. Well, that ain't no good. Yeah, okay. Did I kind of manage to wake it up? No, not really. I'm gonna need to get another blobby from the little containy. I think it was this one. Anyways. Hello, Tals, how are you doing? And hello, moderator / spouse, how are you doing? It's lovely to see you both. Okay, let me get a little blobbit of this nice warm brown. Okay, and we will do some more doing with it. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, I forgot. We're going to paint in the second coating of Gengar's very handsome little booties. I hope they're feeling handsome. Because I feel like they look it. Anyways, I'm reasonably okay for Monday, says Tals. Yeah, that's a mood. Oh, it's being a day. I have some stuff, like, that I have to do tomorrow in person, and I'm feeling a little anxious about them. I have a flu jab, which I'm very excited for in the morning, and I'm excited to get my flu jab in the morning, because I would like to be protected against seasonal viruses. Annoyingly, there is nowhere for me that offers a free COVID jab, which they haven't for like years, and they still ain't doing it, and it makes me grumpy, but never mind. Okay, we've got little contrasting booties for Gengar, which I think look very handsome. The, like, contrasting ear tips have dried down to a very subtle a very subtle difference. But I think I'm also just gonna kind of go over like this sort of section of spines very lightly. Am I just kind of improvising this now? Yeah. But this is, it's like, it's not, it's very subtle on top of the other brown, and I think that's kind of cool. I'm building up the layers of spice vibe here, I figure. I kind of like that. This might not end up looking very good, but I think it'll dry down to like a darker version of it, which I think will work better. I'm just brushing a little bit onto the edge there. Oh my goodness, that's our little how goes the Poke Paints. Pretty fun actually. I tried to do some shading on Mimikyu, which is already kind of drying. And it looks really bad. Like, oh no. It just looks really like patchy and chalky. But at least it's kind of given a little bit of additional definition to the tail, which is really what I wanted it to do, and just makes them look kind of dingy and spooky and maybe kind of cool. I don't know. I need to pop some little sparklies into their eyes. Phoenix, hello, welcome in. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. If there are questions about Pokemon, I won't know the answer. I'm almost certain. I've only played one Pokemon game, and I never actually finished it. The final task was like, you've got to catch them all, and I was like, oh, that's gonna take so long. Do I have to catch them all? And so I just never caught them all, and so I never got to do the final boss fight against God. But I'll do my best. Anyways, it's lovely to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you had a lovely Halloween. I hope everyone had a lovely Halloween, in fact. I did. It was nice. It was very understated because of my back injury. I couldn't really go anywhere or do anything. But I had a nice time at home. I baked brownies. I wore my extremely stupid Hornet cosplay, which was really fun. And now I'm painting this a pumpkin spice girly. I don't know if it's really giving pumpkin spice yet, or if it's just giving, like, the 70s, because I tend to think of brown and orange as being a very 1970s color palette. Like, that was very much a decade of earth tones. Not that I was alive for it, but, like, you know, that, like, avocado green, I feel like was a thing then. If my parents' vintage, like, home appliances or anything to go by. But, yes, okay. Alright, cleaning my brush down a little bit. I think I want to, before I do any other Gengar-y stuff, I think I do want to just get, like, a little bit of white on, if I can squeeze out just a tiny little blobbit. Can I see a blobbit of titanium white? I can't. Oh no. Come on. Come on, paint. Anyways, I too recall vintage kitchen appliances, says Talls. Yes. Delightful. It's like that. I love that avocado green. I think it's wonderful. I always have. But I think there was quite a period of time when there's that period where things have been, they're not old enough to feel vintage, but they're also too old to feel, like, contemporary, so instead they just feel dated. I think there was quite a while towards the end of the 20th century when, like, the avocado greens and stuff. And I think my parents had, like, a green. Was the blender green? Or was it more of just sort of, like, a very creamy off-white? I can't remember. But they definitely had some stuff that was like avocado colored. But yeah, that period of time where things aren't quite, they're not quite old enough to feel vintage yet, but they are old enough to feel like dated. So I remember a lot of the years of like a lot of my youth was like the dusty roses and the sage greens in like home decor, the faux finishes and the shabby chic, you know. I'm just in a small lurk whilst I wind down from interviews. Will be present in 5. No worries, Joe. I hope you had a lovely time. I hope they went well, and it's wonderful to see you. Have a lovely lurk. Legends Arceus says, Phoenix, that was a good one. My first question is very important. Do you have a YouTube channel? I really like your content. I have 2 YouTube channels. I have a YouTube channel where I make videos that I like actually write and research and edit. That's that one. If anyone wants to subscribe to that, I'd be super grateful. I'm working on 2 videos currently. Yeah, I think they'll be pretty good. I hope they'll be good. I don't know. My content is niche. My content is extremely varied. My content has as much ADHD as I do. But here's, if you ever want to, for some reason, watch VODs, hello to anyone on YouTube watching the VOD. Thank you so much for watching my VODs. I don't know why you want to, but I'm very grateful. Neither of these are currently monetized, and I don't have very many subscribers, but I really like working on, especially working on the videos on my mainline channel is really, really joyous of an experience for me. And I really wish that I had the time and resources to do it more often, because right now I'm managing about 2 videos a year. Even when I'm like, this is a topic that isn't super research intensive and won't take me too long. Guess what? It does anyways. Because unfortunately I have to have a normal job, which takes me away from all the fun stuff that I want to be doing. Okay, I'm gonna freehand some celestial gubbins onto this bad boy, and I am scared that it's gonna look real bad. What do I want to put on Pikachu's tummy? Do I just want to do like just like a big crescent moon, or like a moon and some stars and like a bunch of stuff? I don't know what would look best. I think maybe I don't know. This is really hard. Because there's no takesy backsies. I think I might do like a moon and then some stars and stuff. I think that'd be cute. Okay, I'm gonna do that. So, freehanding with a paint is not my forte. On like a figurine-y type thing like this. So if it ends up looking real stupid, you can see that that's supposed to be a crescent moon at least. You can see it's supposed to be a crescent moon. So that's something. Another question is, have I played I've played Undertale. I played Undertale some years ago. Yes. Is the answer to that question. There we go. Okie dokie. Okay, little moon, little star. Actually, you know what? Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just a little moon and a little star. Oh, that's, you know what? That's kind of cute. That's kind of cute, I think. I think I'm good with that. Hell yeah. Okay. Maybe if I can get a little more opacity into this, that little moon. Oh, that's cute, actually. I like that. That's precious. Okay, I'm enjoying this, like, celestial, sort of lunar themed, Pikachu. I think it's fun. I'm gonna blob some of this titanium white, because I would like to get, there we go. I would like to get some more opacity onto the tail, because right now I can see the traces of where I got blue paint onto it before, and I would really rather not be able to see that, ideally. So I'm going to give it a second coat with this white. And, you know, if it's a little bit imperfect, that's okay, because we are going to put like a sort of silvery gray over it if we can, as well. Anyways, have I heard what song? No, I haven't. But thank you for the rec. Very appreciated. Anyways, I've been listening to, I actually recently went back to, you know, sometimes you're like, what was I listening to when I was like, I think someone somewhere had put forward a question of like, you know, what does like your favorite, oh, I'm so sorry for the shaky cam. What does your like, what you were listening to when you were like 13 years old? What does that say about you? And I was like, what was I listening to when I was like 13, 14? And shoot, I got some white unwantedly on Pikachu's head. The placement of this tail is so stinking annoying. I'll go back and address that in just a second. No. Anyways, I was like, so I looked up, because I couldn't remember, like, what year was that? So I looked up what year it was and what albums were out that year that I knew that I, like, listened to. And I was reminded of, oh yeah, honestly, I think that the thing that sprang most to mind for me of like what I was listening to when I was that age was like Tool. Because it was like the mid-90s. And unbeknownst to me, I was becoming someone who likes prog rock. And I went back and re-listened to it recently, because I hadn't listened to it since I was, you know, like a moody teen in the 90s, right? And I had it on cassette tape, obviously. And I was like, oh, this is just like extra angry prog rock. This is just extra angry prog rock. Okay, yeah. Because it was not long after that I discovered things like, oh god, this one concept album by Rick Wakeman that like rewired my brain. It is a weird album and I love it so much. I bought it in a charity shop for like $2 when I was in like secondary school. Oh dear, it's autumn, and Anana has dropped a couple bits of his foliage, so I'm just gonna reapply them. Anyways, hello, Joe. Lovely to see you. Hi. I hope that you're having a good Monday. I had a bit of a stressful day, if I'm honest. Just mostly because of things that are coming up tomorrow that I'm about, but never mind. Okay, I think I mostly fixed the tail. There is a little blob of white paint on the back of Pikachu's head, which I do not love, but I can paint over that with a little swipe of the blue at the end, and I think that's probably what I'll end up doing with that. What does Pikachu actually look like? What do his eyes look like? Okay, his eyes are like dark, and then there's like a little sparkle in them, but they're just big dark circles. So, I can probably do that. Tired as I had 3 interviews today, but okay. Yay, but congrats on getting those done. But okay, how about you? Feeling better? I am definitely recovering. Which is really nice. And I like the things that I just put on Pikachu's tummy, so yay. The shading, I don't think has really worked on this. It just kind of looks grimy now. Oh no, but maybe that kind of adds to the aesthetic. Like, you can see all of the really horrible, like, thick, chalky brush strokes. It's just kind of highlighted them. Oh no! Anyways, in terms of more contemporary stuff that I've been listening to a lot lately, I don't know, I keep coming back to Hanya Rani. If you're not familiar with Hanya Rani, she does really beautiful. I think she's done some like film scores and stuff, but she does a lot of really beautiful compositions. There are things when I listen to her music, I can see the film that I would screenwrite in order to use this music in the score of it. And it's very it's very cinematic. In like there's probably cliff sides. There's probably like people in historic costumes standing on cliffs like dramatically. It's very queer, and the costumes are extremely accurate because it's me. Anyways, Mimikyu fell into a bag of flowers and stalls. Yes, oh bless them. I love them so much. I do. Even if the paint job is terrible, that's not their fault. That's not their fault. Speaking of terrible paint jobs, I want to add to this bad boy. Specifically with I feel like this exercise is killing this paintbrush, which makes me feel very sad. But never mind. Okay. I want to do maybe something contrasting, a little bit like, I don't know, a little bit like, I feel like this pink is too pink, but maybe if I add a little bit of blue to it, for like the little ears, so it feels like they're like little flower petals or something, because I want this little guy to feel like forest-esque. I think that would be really cute. So I'll knock over more Pecco, like the absolute worst person that I am. And then I will, ooh, if I add a little bit of this to it, that's gonna make it super gross. That'll be fun. I'm just shaking this one up by hand because, patience. If I just take a little swipe of you, doof, doof, yee. Okay. Because this is kind of dark and spooky and greenish, and it's kind of, ooh, that has completely changed it. Oh, that's fun. Oh, I like that. It's kind of like a sort of, it's very deep now. That's really sexy. Okay. Okay, so let's just slap on a nice thin coat of that. Thusly. It also covers up my sins from where I got the like body color onto the little, I don't know what these are, sprouts, ears, antlers. Maybe they're antlers. I don't know. Maybe I should have made these antler color and made this like more of a like deer spirit, but never mind. I didn't do that, so oh well. Never mind. Okay. I have no idea if this is gonna be cute. Are they ears? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Pigeon says, more Pecco. Hell yeah, they are. Anyways. I don't know much about Pokemon, as you can probably tell. I played my first, okay, so in the era of Game Boy, I was a youngin', but I think the Game Boy came out right around the time that my family stopped getting new game consoles. So, the Game Boy, as much as I wanted one, was not in the cards for us. I had a NES, I had a SNES, I had an SMS before that, and before that, I had a Commodore VIC-20. Though I think I have the most enduring memories of playing games on, for some reason, the SMS and the SNES, but not so much the NES. Which is kind of weird. But there we are. I don't think we had very many games for the NES. I think we got it, like, secondhand from, like, a friend of my older brother's or something. But then we like, traded up for the SNES fairly quickly. So I didn't really have a chance to, like, hang out with it. Pigeon says I was very lucky to have a Game Boy. It was secondhand, it didn't work properly, but I could still play Pokemon Blue. Oh, nice. Yeah, Pokemon wasn't something that I was even, like, aware of really until, like, adulthood as a result of that. My favorite games, I think, were, like, Final Fantasy, rather. Final Fantasy 4 and Final Fantasy 6 were my favorite games. I still think that the concept art for Final Fantasy 6 is absolutely stunning. It is gorgeous. I can't remember the name of the artist, but their work is absolutely beautiful. I pored over, like, the game, like, the booklet that it came with because the art was just so beautiful. Very, like, early artistic inspirations. It's funny I also grew up with SNES, but it's way older than me. Great! Love that for you. Amazing. Okay. Anyways. Let's get too far into the weeds about our ages, though. Obviously, this is an adult stream for grown-ups. But we do not discuss our ages because it might encourage minors to mention their ages, and we don't want you to do that because you will be banned. Because this is an adult stream for grown-ups. But also, it is not, from a safety perspective, it is a very bad idea because it may put you in vulnerable situations. You never know who's lurking in the shadows of the internet, and you do not want to give them fuel. You feel me? Anyways. But yeah.
Attention.
Sammy Ann, hello, welcome in.
Sammy Kelsh.
Shoppers.
Welcome. It's lovely to see you. And welcome. I hope you are having the loveliest of lovely Mondays, and thank you so much for the raid. Let me pop more Paco down for a second so we can say hello. Welcome. And hi. Sammy Ann, it is lovely to see you. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Let me get a shout out for you. Wow, okay. Just give me a second, everybody. Sammy Ann, what were you up to today? It is lovely to see you, and welcome on in. Hello. I hope you had a lovely stream. Here's a shout out for Sammy Ann. If you're not following Sammy Ann, please do this. And I hope you had a lovely time. We are. We're continuing the Sammy Race 3 for 1 at the moment. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, it's lovely to see you. I've just been doing a second coating on the ears of this Morpeko here. And having a good time with that. And we are, for anyone who is new to this isn't what I normally do, but I received this set of this set of Pokemon figurines, and so I decided to take some of them and try and give them an actual, like, good painting treatment with some, like, high quality paints and stuff. This is the one that I'm attempting to paint with the actual paints it came with, and you can see how that's going. My moderator / spouse is home, so I'm going to quickly go say hello to him, but I'll be right back, so stick around. BRB, hi honey. Welcome home. Mwah. It's lovely to see you.
How you feeling?
I will lose the date later, but yes, good. How was your day?
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you're home. You looking
Okay.
forward to soup?
Yes.
Good. Okay. I love you. What's up, love?
Tonight's soup is tomato soup, yeah.
Tomato soup, yeah?
Guess what I had for lunch?
Did you have tomato soup for lunch?
Yep.
Oh, babe.
Cup
Well-
of soup.
It'll be a slightly different tomato soup at least. Is that okay, or should I do something else?
No, it's absolutely fine.
Alright, cool. Apparently my moderator / spouse is having the same thing for dinner that he had for lunch. Oops. Anyways, we're working on Glinda from Wicked as a companion piece to Elphaba. Oh, bless! Oh, that sounds really, really lovely. As always, this is an art tax optional stream, so if there's anything that you would like to share, feel free to drop a whisper in my direction. You know the drill. But in any case, hello and welcome. So glad that we were in time for the lovely greeting. Oh, Beans. I'm so shy. Anyways, chat says welcome home, sweetie. Sorry? Chat says welcome home. Yee. Anyways, there are some things I would have for all my meals, says Pigeon. I mean, I'm with you. I'm totally with you. Joe also says hello. Hello, Joe. He says hello, Joe. I'm afraid you missed the smooches, Joe. But hi. Anyways, I'm just gonna quickly finish more Pecco's ears, if I may, because they just need a second coat for added thingy, you know, opacity. That's the word I'm looking for. They need some additional opacity. Anyways, but then we can go on a little tour of some work from our lovely, lovely raider, Sammy Ann. Hello. I was doing a spreadsheet, says Joe. Ooh, that sounds fun. Hell yeah. Anywho, let me pull up a ye olde Instagram, if I may. If you're not familiar with my work, I didn't introduce myself when I came in, or when Sammy Ann came in. Hi, if you don't know me, I'm a variety streamer. I do cozy art streams on Mondays and Thursdays. I don't normally paint Pokemon figurines. Most of the time I paint watercolors of various kinds. I do cozy game streams on Fridays and every once in a while on a Thursday, if I'm feeling extra spicy. But here's something that we did recently, because it was Halloween last week, and I wanted to do something a little bit spooky. So we did this. This is a vampire bat and a werewolf, who are in love, obviously. What's this? Gluten-free caramelized biscuit and strawberry laces. Oh, honey, I love you so much. Thank you.
They're not great.
Oh, are they not as good as real Biscoff?
No.
Well, you know what? When you're gluten-free, it's all you've got. I might like them because my taste is skewed because I can't eat regular Biscoff anymore. Well, if that's not a damning indictment of a biscuit, I don't know what is. But anyways, this is a piece I did recently. A vampire bat and a werewolf. They are in love. That's all. And this is a piece I did for a Star Trek Halloween fanzine. I hope you like it. It's well, you can either tell what it is or you need to watch Star Trek Deep Space Nine. That's all I'm going to say about it. Here's Sammy Ann's artwork. Here's some of the stuff that she's been working on. I feel like we need to go in order of these pieces because they do tell a little tale of our little witch friend who is so stinking cute and her little familiar who are getting a little bit bored and they've decided to go seeking some funsies out there. So here they are having a little walk through the forest. Looking for things, and their friends here have tipped them off to the existence of a party a little bit farther along, and so they're gonna go check it out. And would you look at the bone waltz? I love these friends. This is exactly the kind of party that I want to go to. It looks like such a good time, and I love them very much. And then, oh. They found some more friends with the Finn folk who look so cute. I love them so much. Ah! The little pool floaties. I can't even. Hi, Sunshine. Okay, have fun. And then, oh my gosh, Goth Moth and the Swarm. Are you kidding me? This is so good. I love it so much. The hottest goth rock band in town. It's so cute. I love this so much. If you can't tell, Sammy Ann is an absolutely incredible visual storyteller, and I love her artwork so much. This is so good. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. I love it. And I love sharing your art with people because it's delightful. Not gonna lie, this had me in stitches. Oh, good, thank you. I'm gonna be real with you. That Quark and Odo piece is probably one of my favorite things I've painted in months. The conclusion is forthcoming. I didn't get it done in time for Halloween. That's okay. There's a 6th and final page. I cannot wait to see it. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. But in the meantime, let me get another shout out for you in the chat. Once again, if you're not following Sammy Ann, you can go do that right here. And I wholeheartedly recommend it. So yeah, thank you so much. Anyways, we have been painting our little pokies, our little mons. Here's how more Pecco, I don't know, is going. Having a fun time with them anyways. But I wanted to give them a little bit of a sort of verdant, foresty vibe, and I hope that's starting to come across. I don't know. I might try and give them some, like, texture on their body so it feels like planty, woody texture or something. I think that might be kind of fun. I don't know. And as for this guy, I kind of want to... I think I want to try and do a bit of, like, autumnal shading on it. If I have, like, a shade... I don't know where the shade paints are. Well, there's a shade that's blue. That doesn't work. It's gonna need to be, like, a brownie or an orangey, like, shading in color, I feel like. This is, like, What color is this? This is grimy. This might be a little bit... I'm gonna give this a shot. Gingerbread Gengar, says Pigeon. Yes! This is Gengar, the pumpkin spice girly. I love it. Okay, I think this might be a little bit too greeny, but I'm gonna just open the thing and see what it looks like on... Actually that could, I think there might have been a bit of the previous paint color still, like, in my brush. So, because this is looking quite, purpley, which is not the vibe for a gingerbread Gengar. So let's just, give my brush a slightly more, comprehensive clean. This poor brush has been through so much. So much more than it usually is. I feel like I'm gonna end up having to replace this brush when we're done with this project. Oh, geez. But I feel like this has a bit of a... yeah, there's a bit of sort of like a greenish undertone to that I'm not feeling. So I'm going to put that away. And I'm going to see if I can find something that's a little bit more... a little bit warmer for our little Gengar. There's got to be something around here. There must be. What's the shape of those potos? That's a green. No, This green shade might work for you. I'm gonna hold on to that for this guy, because I think that could work. But, something that's more of like a warmer, like a brown, like a comfortable brown shading. It is kind of an adventure that I don't know where any of my my moderator / spouse's beautiful paints, like, live. I'm sure there's an order to them. I just don't know what it is. Maybe what I do is I take something and just, like, thin it way out so that it's more of like a shade consistency. I don't use these paints very often, so I don't really know how, but I am, doing my best. And trying to trying to figure it out. But yeah, anyways. Sorry, I'm just being real. Or maybe it doesn't all need to be shaded in. I don't know. It's hard to say because I truly don't know. I might be missing some as well. Anyways, so I'm seeing people thinning them out to create a wash and slowly building color, says Pigeon. Yeah. I mean, I think that's like the sort of usual procedure. So I might take something that's maybe a little bit more warmer, and then just here for whatever this adventure has in store, says Sammy Ann. Aw, thank you. It's really hard to tell also because of the names of these colors don't mean anything to me with regard to like the lore and stuff. I don't know what Cygor Brown is supposed to look like. So I guess we'll find out together. Cuz this one's like a fairly thin. Oh, that'll do. I think that'll do quite nicely if I just get it real wet. Like real wet. And then just kind of shade in the whole thing. There we go. Okay, now it's real wet. Which is what we want, because this just all gets kind of thrown on top of all that we've got so far. And hopefully adds a little bit of dimension. Really helps to highlight those seam lines on the side of the figurine, you know? That's what we want to see more of. For sure. But I'm just gonna go over everything with this, like the eyes and the teeth and all that jazz. I figure, listen, my pearly whites aren't perfectly pearly white, so neither are Gengar's. And that's fine. And actually I think that'll probably look better and more coherent than if they were, so like happy with that. Anyways, I do think that this colorway is very fun for Gengar. But what I really want with this is for like for the face, at least for the for this like super thin shade coat to kind of get into the like grooves in between the teeth so that you can see that he has teeth. Then do a then do a dry brush to really bring out those seams, says Pigeon. Yes, you've got the spirit, my friend. You get it. Hell yeah. You get it. That's hilarious. All right. Hell yeah. Okay. Now the best part about doing this very like faint, very wet shade layer is that we'll really get to bring out the definition on that copyright 2025 Pokemon Company, Nintendo, blah, blah, blah at the back. Because we really want to be able to read that. It is genuinely bringing out like the detail of like the seam. That's so funny. That is absolutely hilarious. I love this. I love it so much. I think this was a good shade hue as well. It's not too obtrusive. I still want to get some like pumpkin-y highlights on the like little Gengar's little spines. I think that'll really sell the pumpkin spice. I didn't want to make him like fully pumpkin orange because I thought that might be a little too much, but But I think this will sell the sort of pumpkin-y, gingerbread-y kind of vibe really nicely, is my aim and my hope, at least. It's just lots and lots of lovely layering of lovely paints. Actual quality paint. Ooh, that will look gorgeous, says Pigeon. I hope so, my friend. I hope so. I truly do. But whom's is to say? Okay. There we go. Yay. Hi, sunshine. Some brush bristles have loosened itself and has attached itself to Gengar's leg, and it lives there now. But other than that,
Quality brushes then.
gingerbread Gengar.
Yep.
I think, honestly, it's subtle, but I think that has made a difference to the overall piece. Gengar will really be selling that PSL lifestyle. Hell yeah. Once again, the orange of, like, Gengar's eyes right now is looking a lot more, like, yellow on screen, but when I tell you, it is like what you think of when you think of the color of Kraft Dinner, as opposed to the color that Kraft Dinner actually is, which is much more subtle. Okay, let's just set you to one side to dry down, Gengar, and thank you so much for your patience. That was very fun. I still have to decide what color I want, like, Pikachu's eyes to be. I feel like the eyes should be, like... Because normally Pikachu's eyes are just, like, sort of black dots with, like, white smiles. Red?
Red.
Pikachu?
Yep. Rabid red eyes.
I'm not sure that really fits with the celestial moon theme that I'm going for with this Pikachu.
If you do red dwarves.
I'll think about it, sweetie. I'll think about it. In other words, he says in other words, they're not going to think about it. Well, I didn't say that. I did not say that. He's putting words in my mouth, y'all. Anyways. Okay, let me get rid of that. Red would make it Blood Moon. I mean, you know, like, also very, very cool and spooky. But, I don't know. I was thinking maybe, like... this is hard. Anyways.
Yeah, there is a blood red effect down by your left elbow called Blood for the Blood God. You could just paint the entire thing on that. Bottom row, probably farthest to the left. On the shelving. Bottom row, furthest to the left. Or right, even. That's left.
That's this one?
Yeah.
That's Ball Red.
Okay, next to that then.
That's Flesh Terror's red.
Alright, someone's got too many reds. Have you moved some of these around?
No! I've taken some out because I've been painting with them.
Sure, it was down there. Sure, I looked at it yesterday.
I don't know. Were you looking at Casandora Yellow? Which looks like a gorgeous color.
It's a contrast, so it kind of dries lighter than it is.
Cool, okay.
I'm sure. I'm going mad.
Okay, babe, it's okay.
Losing the plot.
Oh, it's okay, sweetie. I've been finding paints and doing stuff and having a good time.
Alright, fine.
We've got,
Good.
once again, Gingerbread Gengar.
Very good.
Yee, he's wet.
Moist.
Yes.
Are you using the
Like he's
handle
feeling
on
very
the ones
pumpkin
as
and
well, or
spice.
just-
I haven't yet.
Fair enough.
But it has been useful, so thank you for that.
I don't know where my actual handle's gone.
I do it new.
No, me neither. Because that would be very useful, because you could just attach and attach.
What color should this little guy be blushing, I wonder? I feel like he wants to be blushing a deeper shade of green, maybe. What's a good verdant blush hue, I wonder? Is this too... I feel like that's too bright for Morpeko's blush. But I do think it looks cool. I want to do something with that green, and I've like walked myself into not having any uses for it. But whatever. Everything's fine, sunshine.
Alright.
I'm having a silly time. I can't believe I'm not going to finish all of these on stream again, probably.
It takes me months to finish a model. What are you on about?
Well, you know, I was hoping to do other art this week as well. Never mind. If we don't finish these today, I may do them off stream or come back to them on another week, because I do want to do some. I haven't painted anything on a flat surface in over a week now, and I'm starting to feel antsy about it. You know, like I need it. Anyways, you lived there. I remember. Okie dokie. Maybe.
Also, just to qualify, babe.
Maybe. Yes, love?
They're in no particular order. Just take them, put wherever.
Oh.
I literally just pick them up and throw them in there to get them off us.
Well, apparently the paints are in no particular order, which I didn't know. I thought they were in a very specific order, and it would get confusing if I put them in different places. Oh, no. Heck. Well, now I know, I guess. Is this too dark for a blush? I feel like this is probably too dark for a blush. Maybe if I do, like... Maybe if I just combine these two. That could work. I'm gonna try that. We'll give it a go. Because why not? We can do whatever we want, chat. These are our Pokemons, and we can break the rules if we want to. Heck. We are indeed just fully dispensing with, you know, sort of like what would be canonical and just having a good time. I love this green. I kind of wish that I had painted all of Morpeko in this green, because actually it's really beautiful. But never mind. we get to see a little bit of it, and that's still fun. Gonna clean my brush because I don't want to get a blob of a different color into this Incubi Darkness, which is that is just such a... Man, do you ever see a color name and just think, wow, that's goth as heck? Incubi Darkness. Who named this? A 13-year-old? Welcome to Warhammer, says my moderator / spouse. Ooh. Well, they're combining into a really beautiful shade of forest green. I love that. I kind of wish this whole thing was this color. It's really nice. But we'll give this color to the cheeks. It's actually quite close to this, but a little bit darker and a little bit cooler of a green. Which is kind of interesting. I'm hoping to just do kind of like a layer of shading to kind of pull all of these colors together a little bit. Just literally plop some shade over the top when we're done to try and bring everything a little bit closer together. I think that might work quite well, actually. Okay, well that needs to hang out and dry for a bit. I don't know what I'm doing for Morpeko's eyes. Possibly maybe I'll just do the eyes in Incubi Darkness. And then give them a little spray. Actually, that doesn't sound too bad. That sounds like it could be quite cute. That sounds like it could be quite cute. I kind of like that. There's a thought. There's definitely a thought there. Something is formulating in my mind. So that's no bad thing. Actually, yeah, why don't I just do that? I can just do that if I want to. It says ads are starting in 3 minutes. Okay, so I've got 3 minutes. I've got 3 minutes to do it. There we go. Okay. I don't need a lot of paint for this because it's a very small area. Oh, good. I got paint on my my mug. It's fine. It's gone. It's fine. We will not be sipping the paint water today. Don't worry. Okay. Thin coat of paint. Thin coat of paint. Thin coat of paint. Thin coat of paint. Oh, this really alters the whole vibe. Just having, like, the eyes colored in, it really makes so much difference to the overall, like, look of the piece. Also, oh man, my control with doing these tiny details. Like, this brush is too big for the teeny tiny details, I feel like. I'm gonna need to get out the big guns for, like, the really tiny details, like the little sparkles in their eyes and stuff. And when I say the big guns, I mean the smallest brush that I have. Oh, he's looking fun. He's looking very fun. I do want to do some, like, some highlights in this, like, insane orange. When we get to that stage, which I think we will be at soon, I reckon. Do maybe a bit of sort of, like, stippling on the horns and stuff with some, like, orange highlight, I think would look really, really cool. I think that'd be very fun. The big guns, the smallest brush ever, says Pigeon. Yes, exactly. You get it. I think Morpeko is starting to come together. I think it's kind of a weird color scheme, but I think it's starting to work, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, I will give these the ad break to dry down so I can do a second coat on them, because they're gonna need it. And then I think we will pop back to Pikachu here. I am a little bit annoyed. I was gonna try and do some highlights on this, but I don't think I can. I think it's just gonna be bad, but I do want to pop a little highlight on the eyes so it gives the impression that they're not made out of chalk. This poor creature looks like he's been through so much. Thank you for the hydrate, Q2s. I'm gonna sip the last of my chamomile tea. Just before we slide into BRB, which we will do in just a second. So I will see you very, very shortly. You ain't gonna miss anything. Enjoy the BRB screen, and possibly ads if you see them. If you do see them, I'm so sorry. But you ain't gonna miss anything. I'll be back very shortly. BRB. Hi, everybody. I'm back. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for sticking around. I'm gonna do an additional thin coat of this green that we made onto Morpeko's cheeks to give them a nice bit of, hopefully, opacity. Sorry, got quiet because I was concentrating on trying to make it look nice. Oh my god! No! I forgot to put the camera back on! Oh no, it was like a solid 2 minutes where you were not seeing what I was doing. I'm very tired, can you tell? Ah, shoot. Well, never mind. Okay, let me see if I have... What's this? That is a shade. No. I think for... So, Pikachu has, like, little blushing cheeks, and I think for that I want something that's maybe a little bit, like, violet-ish. I'm not sure if there's something here that fits the bill. I guess I could try and, once again, mix something up myself, which might be what I end up doing for that. Do I have like a... If I take the blue that I used and then add a little bit of the pink to it, but maybe, but do I want it to be a little bit lighter than the rest? Okay, I'm gonna have to do some figuring here. I'm gonna have to do some working out. I'm gonna take a teeny tiny amount of this, if I can squeeze it out. No, I'm not gonna take a teeny tiny amount of this because I don't need it. I don't think. If I take a teeny tiny amount of this, I'm gonna shake it up. That feels so weird on my hand. Oh my god, I can feel it in my skull. Oh, that, like, wobbly thing is, it's an adventure. It's an experience. Oh man, this stuff is gross. This stuff is nasty. I don't know what's going on with this paint, but I'm gonna put down just a little bit of this sort of, like, grayish white. But just a tiny bit. And then I haven't color theoried these out, so I don't know what the undertone of this blue is, but hopefully it'll be fine. Oh no, my camera's washing itself out again. Could you not do that? Could you not do that? Focus on my flesh. Focus on my flesh. Okay, thank you. Alright. Gonna just squish a little bit of this blue. And to this blue, we're gonna add a little bit of this pink and see whether or not we can come up with something that feels like just in the wheelhouse of that, but a little bit blushing. Because I think that would be very cute. Because Pikachu does have, like, he's got, like, little just, like, apple-y blushing cheeks. They're very, they stand out a lot. And I think this might stand out a little bit less, but that's fine also. But we're going for a different vibe here, so, you know, like, it's all good. Okay. Okay. So, let's see what happens when we put these together. I have a feeling this blue is going to be more potent than the pink. I don't want to add more of, like, the sort of white to it than that, because I don't want it to be too much lighter. In fact, maybe it should be darker instead of lighter. Did I goof? Should the blush be darker? I feel like maybe it should be. Because this will this just look like he's wearing blush? Like, I feel like it might. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, if I take... Do I have, like, a nice dark something? A nice dark something that's not specifically a shade paint. That's a shade paint. That's... That's an airbrush paint. Heck. Hum. Is there like a layering paint that might do the thing? Maybe I'll just add a little bit of this. Happy Monday, Ernesto. Welcome in. I hope you are well. It's lovely to see you. Hello, hello. Okay. We're just throwing color theory out the window, and I'm just messing with things until they look correct. I hope that's okay. And I'm having an extremely silly time doing it, so yay. That's the most important thing. Okay. This is probably going to end up looking like a muddy mess if my color knowledge is anything to go by. Oh yeah, it super is. Okay, well I'm going to add some more blue back to that then. And we're going to keep iterating until it looks good. Never you mind. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Where was my blue? There it is. Okay. I think if I just add some blue back to this, we might end up at something that we can use. Okay, just a massive blobbit of blue, and then if I add some of this like weird, very goth violet to it, it's looking kind of muddy, but definitely a slightly darker shade of blue, so that's, I think, is it? I think I might need to just start over, y'all. I think I might need to just start over. I'm canceling this. No, that's done. This is all a learning experience. It's fine. I'm just gonna try and wash that off as best as I can. Okay, wizard, we're starting again. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I didn't lose that much paint. It's okay. It's fine. This is, once again, this is a learning experience. It's all good. Taking a nice blobbit. Actually, I don't need that much. I can put some back. Okay. A blobbit of blue, which is such a beautiful shade of blue. I absolutely love it. So I'm gonna change it. When you love something, change it. No, wait. I don't think that's a saying. So I'm making it a little bit more violet because we just want it to be a little bit warmer. Because he's blushing. That's why. And I think that's really cute and fun. I'm gonna add this. This looks like a quite dark cooler. So if I add a smidgen of this to it, will it give it a little bit of additional depth? Ooh, that's pretty. Kind of getting a, I don't know, like a cozy witchy vibe, I feel like. I feel like it's kind of a cozy witchy vibe. But in like a cute way. That's this Pikachu. Oh, yeah. Get a load of that blush. That's going to be really cute, I think. It's not as, like, stand out-ish as, it's not really as stand out-ish as, there we go. As, like, Canon Pikachu. And you can't really see the difference on screen. But when I tell you, the difference is very obvious in person. This screen just has a really hard time rendering, apparently anything in sort of the red end of the spectrum. So, like, this pumpkin ends up looking way more yellow, and purples end up looking more blue. Like, this is way purpler. This is way purpler in real life than it looks on camera, which is honestly kind of annoying, but there we are. I'm gonna need to let that dry for a little while. Also, I need to figure out what the inside of what the inside of Pikachu's mouth color is. Is Pikachu still a flesh creature, or are they like made of the sky? I haven't decided yet. I think that would be kind of fun. Maybe their eye color should just be like the black void of space. That might be kind of fun. That might be kind of fun. And then just put like a little sort of like, you know, silvery white sparkle where their little eye sparkle is. That might be fun. Ah, geez. I don't know, y'all. This is hard. Deciding on these things is really hard, actually, it turns out. I need to do a second go on Morpeko's eyes. So I will do that while Pikachu's cheeks are drying. And I also need to do the little eye sparklies for Mimikyu, which might be the last thing we do today. Okay, just a tiny bit of paint, because this is a tiny area. And also we do want to do just a nice thin coat on here. But just give it that nice little bit of opacity. There we go. Yay! He's cute. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. So I wanted to get a little bit of like just a highlight, just sort of like there and there for this poor, beleaguered, absolutely disgusting looking Mimikyu, who I kind of love, even though like the paint is chipping off. I've done nothing to these. They've just sat like since last week, and the paint is like chipping off of it. Like, it's so sad. It's so sad. Like, I'm doing nothing to it and the paint just comes off. Turns out that using high quality paints and priming your work first makes it less shitty. Who would have thought? Anyways, what's everybody up to this week? Do you have exciting weeks going ahead? I hope so. I hope you've got good stuff to look forward to this week. I have my flu jab, and then the rest of the week exists. Okay, this is terrifying because I'm literally got like a tiny dot of paint on the corner of this brush, and that's all I can do, which is pathetic and sad and scary. It's so scary. Like, I'm sure it'll be fine, but oh my goodness, it's so scary. Anyways. Okay. Alright. Yep. Yay! Okay, it's cute, kind of. Of course, can I replicate that a second time? Yeah. Not exactly, but I don't know if I want to attempt to do more than that, because I think if I attempt to do more than that, it's gonna wreck it. More than it's already wrecked. This poor thing. Like, look at that. It's just coming off. This paint set is bad, y'all. I genuinely would not recommend purchasing this if you are looking to do any sincere Pokemon figurine painting. This is not a good choice. If you have a child who wants to paint some Pokemon figurines, maybe, but if you do, I don't know, get some primer on them and give them some slightly better quality paints and brushes. Especially if they're like an older child. If they're like, like 9 or 10 or something like that, they're probably old enough to be able to handle a slightly nicer brush. Because yeah, it was, again, I am a professional artist and trying to get this to look as good as it does, which is so janky. I don't know how well you can see, like if I bring it in close, like the texture on this, it's so chalky and like you can feel the texture of like the brush strokes from the paint because it was just like drying into chalk texture as I was applying it. And then the like, oh, just trying to add shading to it just brought out all of those horrible textures, and now it just looks like it's, honestly, it makes it look like Mimikyu is kind of grimy and dirty and like this is an old costume, which is kind of a vibe, if I'm being honest, but it wasn't the intentional vibe. But oh well, I tried. Okay, how dry are Pikachu's cheeks? They're still a little bit wet in spots, so I'm gonna leave it for a minute more. And instead, maybe let's look at, I want some darker shade in Gengar's, the center of Gengar's eyes there. So do I have like a nice dark layering hue that I could use for that? And the answer is a resounding maybe. Maybe I do. What's this? That's a shade. No, I don't want the shade. This looks like a pretty dark. This looks like a pretty dark brown. That'll do. Alright. Okay. Giving this a little shake 'em up. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick up, again, a teeny tiny amount because we are dealing with a teeny tiny amount of painted real estate. I'm so scared. I am so scared. Because this is, I probably should have gone in with a smaller brush, but here we are. I made this terrible decision. I have to continue this terrible decision. There we go. Ah, that's pretty cute. If I can get it to look somewhat symmetrical, then I'll be happy. Again, sisters, not twins. But if they can look a little bit similar, that would be nice. Again, no human face is symmetrical, so... or at least most of them I don't think are perfectly symmetrical. So if there's a little asymmetry to the eyes, I'm not too concerned. Oh, geez. Well, that went a little bit. Why is this always the case with painting eyes, I wonder? Like, the first one, it's like, okay, that is absolutely perfect. That's exactly what I want. I just need to do that again. And then you do it the second time, and it's just, like, so much more jank. Like, I'm just basically having to enlarge this one to try and make up for how, like, janky the shape was, which means that I have to, in turn, attempt to enlarge this one to match. There we go. Honestly, oh, yes, that is so cute. Okay, yeah, no, I love them. I love them. I think that's really adorable. Oh no. Oh no, we did it. We did it. They're cute. Hell yeah. Okay, awesome. I really like the way that that our little Gengar is looking. That's really fun. Okay. Let's see if I can do something with. Can I do Pikachu's cheeks yet? Oh, this still look a little bit. Yeah, I think I can do Pikachu's cheeks now. Let's do Pikachu's cheeks. Pika cheeks. That'll be good. Anyways, but yeah, what's everyone up to this week? Are you doing anything exciting, anything fun? I hope so. I don't really have a lot of plans beyond tomorrow. Well, part of the reason I don't have plans is that I didn't think it was wise for me to make plans for, like, Wednesday if I'm getting a flu jab on Tuesday. Because realistically, there's a 50-50 chance that I will feel, like, totally fine and just be able to, like, get on with stuff and have a normal Wednesday. But there's an equally 50-50 chance that I will feel like absolute boo-boo garbage and want to spend the entire day in bed. So, all those things being considered, it feels like I should probably not take the risk of giving myself too much to do. I did a little bit of hand sewing earlier today. That was fun. I'm working on some sleeve seams at the moment for a shirt. It probably sounds less fun than it is. That's fine. I still can't decide whether I want to do, like, how I want to do Pikachu's eyes. I feel like... I don't know. It's hard to say. I feel like the depth of sort of the dark black night and then just a little highlight might be fun, but I don't know if that's interesting. I just y'all, I love this Gengar. I think he's turning out really, really cute. But what I think I can do now is potentially do a little bit of shading on this guy. See if I can find an appropriate shade. I think I did have one here. Ah, yes. This is Celia Green Shade, which sounds like the name of a lady. That sounds like the name of a lady from, like, either she's just straight up like a witch, or she's like a suspect in a murder mystery. I can't decide. One of the two. But yeah, see, let's have a little look-see at Celia Green Shade. Ooh, that's pretty. Yes. Okay. I will use this shade and my brush and get to just kind of slapping it on all over the place. Ooh. Yeah, my aim with this element of it is just to kind of give the whole thing a bit of a sense of cohesion, I'm hoping. And also a nice bit of definition too. I'm even doing the teeth. The teeth can be a little bit green, that's fine. Just give it a little bit of cohesion to all of the colors and also a nice bit of definition to all of the little, like, shapely features of this little creature, which we didn't really have before. So that's real fun. All right, hell yeah. I like what this is doing to Morpeko. It's really highlighting that seam where the two, like, pieces of the figure connect to each other, which is just great. I'm hoping that we'll get a really nice, it will really draw attention to the copyright notice on the back as well. So we love to see that. Listen, I am under no illusions that these are going to be, like, you know, good at the end of the day. Because, well, I didn't actually realize that there was some, like, line detail on the back here that I did not paint in a contrasting color. Shh, that was deliberate. But I do think that this color is kind of pulling things together in a nice, fun way. Just brushing all over. Brushy, brushy, brushy. Brushy, brushy, brushy. Anyways. Okay. Alright. Wizard. Well, has that done something good for Morpeko? I don't know, but it's certainly done something interesting. And that's... yup. Alright. I should probably stop futzing with this and just kind of let it dry down. Let it find its way into the little nooks and crannies of the piece. Make sure that this ear has been painted in, because I'm not sure that it has. I do like the contrasting sort of purpleness of the ears. I think that's fun. But yeah, I think that's done something potentially useful to little Morpeko, who is such a little grumpy guts. I love I love them. They're very fun. And I think I might call it momentarily. I can't find the right color for Pikachu's eyes, which is a little maybe I do make them like a fairly dark black. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and make them like a fairly dark black. I love this color, by the way. This color was very fun to work with. Good job, Celia Greenshade. But I think what I will do for Pikachu's eyes, and this is really scary, is I'm going to take some of the blue that we used for his body, and then I'm just going to add some black to it and see what that looks like. Yay! Let's find out. If it's bad, oh well. I can always just paint over it with white and we can just pretend that never happened. It's fine. But yeah. Anyways, I'm having tomato soup for dinner tonight, BT dubs. I'm looking forward to that. Okay. Nice and darkened down, hopefully. Gonna get the tiny, giant water droplet off of the ferrule of my brush before it ruins everything. Oh no. Because there is actually a little bit of definition to tell you where the, like, highlight in Pikachu's eye is. So I'm trying to make sure I don't paint over that. So I'm gonna be trying to go really slow and very deliberately here. Okay. Okay. You know, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Have I cursed myself by saying that? Because I have to do it again. Oh no. Well, let us try. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay. Okie dokie. Oh, this is terrifying. This is legit terrifying. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Alright, I'm gonna turn it this way if I can. Ah! Oh, this is such an awkward... I can't quite get it at the right angle because his tail is in the way. Oh well. Okay, just gonna go very slowly. Very, very slowly. Very light touch. Okay. He looks a little derpy. But I think that's just about there. I'm trying to just maybe slightly fix the shape on that side. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop futzing with the shape. No, I'm not. Hold up. Okay, I'm going to stop futzing with the shape of his eyes. There we go. We have Pikachu's eyes. Hooray. I still haven't decided whether or not he's actually, like, made out of the cosmos or if he just looks that way. Because that kind of affects what I want to do with, like, the color of his mouth. I think I'm just gonna go with, like, normal Pikachu mouth colors, actually. I think that's probably the least weird thing I can do. Would just be to go with, like, standard Pikachu mouth colors. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Screw it. I've made up my mind. It'll be fine. Okay, what color was this? This was Screamer Pink. Cool. Well, he does kind of look like he's screaming, so that'll do. Alright. Pika! Says Pikachu. Yes, we know. We know. Pika indeed. And occasionally, Choo! Yep, that too. There we go. Oh, yeah, it's cute. If I just leave it like that, it looks like he's just got a big row of teeth. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm gonna not do that. I will do the rest of his mouth, but Pikachu's starting to look a little bit more put together, I guess, which is good. There's just like a big dribble of shading on more Pekko's forehead, but I think I might leave that for now because I do think I want to try and add some like woodsy planty texture across this as well. And we're not done with Gengar either. Oh man, we've got so much to do. I don't want to do this on Thursday. I want to do something else, damn it. But I have enjoyed doing this. I just really didn't think that it would take me this long to do. It always looks like it doesn't take that long when people do like videos of painting those things, but I suppose those are like time lapses and sped up and stuff. So that's silly of me. Never mind. Okay. Okay. Just gonna add a little bit more pink to this because there's not enough paint on my palette. But yeah, we'll probably do some watercolor painting on Thursday. I kind of want to... I have some paints I would like to mix into a new palette, so if I have time, I might do that. I might try and do something that's got, like, some real frog and toad vibes going, if I can. If not, I'm not sure what we'll do, but it'll be cozy and cute, for sure. Okay, I would just like this bit of the mouth too. It's a little bit more, it's a little bit more in shadow, so it should be a little darker. So hopefully that comes across. I was kind of looking at the picture of Pikachu on the Pokemon magazine as a reference. Oh god, these are so bad. What am I doing? Oh no. Oh no. I am not convinced of the quality of these. I am trying really hard to give these quite terrible figurines a makeover, but you know, it's not easy. It's not easy, especially when you are not someone who does this regularly, if ever at all. So, you know, yay. Okay, there is our Celestial Pikachu looking, well, like something. I don't know. Anyways, thank you for hanging out for this abomination again. It's been fun working on these guys, even if they're woof. Even if they're a little bit woof. Can I just move that off of here? Oh no, that's left a little, like, weird patch. There was, like, a dribble, and now the dribble has left a patch, because I tried to get rid of the dribble. Oh well, you know what, again, fix it in post. We'll figure out what to do with that. It'll be fine. It's all good. I'm gonna stop because I need to go cook dinner and I'm really tired. But thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. It's been really fun doing this silly, stupid project. I'll be back to regular painting on Thingy Day. But this has been fun. And yeah, thank you for hanging out for it. Let's find someone to raid. Let's go say hello to someone if we can. I think that would be very nice. Who's doing what right now? Let's say hi to, you know what, let's say hi to Kirby. I haven't said hi to Kirby in a while, and Kirby is a cool person. He's playing Clair Obscur. So let's go say hi to Kirby. Also, I don't have any good art to show. I don't want strangers to see this. So we're rating a game stream so I don't have to show them my artwork. Strategy. Amazing. But also Kirby is lovely. And a wonderful place to land. And if you don't know Kirby, you will enjoy hanging out with him, I think. Anyways. Okay, I've popped a generic raid message in the chat, hopefully. You should be seeing it there. If you have the emotes, feel free to use the emotes. If you do not have the emotes, you can just say generic raid message and append any cool emotes that you do have. Espy, thank you so much for hanging out. It's been lovely to hang with y'all, and I've had a really nice time. Looking forward to doing some actual painting on Thursday. I am going to finish these guys. I might just give them a little bit of time to rest in the meantime. But thank you so much, everyone. It's been very, very fun. This has been me and Pikachu and Gengar, and I can't move more Pekko because his shading is still wet, but also poor little Mimikyu. So we're all gonna go have a good night. I hope you have a good night too. Take care, everyone. Good night and good luck.